It's a Tuesday afternoon in November at the White House. The president is meeting with congressional leaders in the Oval Office. Secret Service agents patrol the grounds. Everything seems normal until reality tears apart like fabric. A blinding flash erupts across the South Lawn, and when the light fades, 1,800 bronze-armored warriors stand where rose bushes once grew. They carry round shields, long spears, and short swords. These aren't Hollywood actors. These are actual Spartans from 480 BCE. The same warriors who held Thermopylae, now transported through time with a single objective burning in their minds. So, what if 1,800 Spartan warriors suddenly materialized in the White House Rose Garden with one impossible mission? Capture the president and hold the entire First Family hostage. This sounds absolutely insane, and honestly it kind of is. But it's just a 2 a.m. what-if thought experiment, purely fictional and just for fun, so let's find out. The first Secret Service agent to spot them probably thinks he's having a breakdown. Through his radio, he stammers something about cosplayers, maybe a movie shoot gone wrong. But then the Spartans start moving in perfect formation, their bronze-tipped spears glinting in the afternoon sun, and everyone realizes this is no joke. Within seconds, alarms shriek across the White House complex. The Secret Service counter-assault team mobilizes. But here's the problem. Nobody planned for 1,800 ancient warriors appearing from thin air. The response protocols assume modern threats with modern weapons. They don't account for a Bronze Age army that treats death as glory and fear as weakness. The Spartans advance in a phalanx formation, shields locked, spears bristling forward like a bronze hedgehog of death. Secret Service agents open fire from defensive positions, their modern firearms cutting through the front ranks. But something terrifying becomes clear. These warriors don't break. Where any modern force would scatter under automatic weapons fire, the Spartans step over their fallen brothers and keep advancing. They've trained their entire lives for exactly this, moving forward while people die around them. The White House's defensive advantage starts crumbling fast. The building was designed for protection against modern threats. It wasn't built to withstand hundreds of men who view walls as obstacles to climb rather than barriers to respect. Secret Service agents find themselves fighting the strangest battle in American history. High-tech weapons versus Bronze Age warfare in the most secure building in the world. Meanwhile, the president and his family face an impossible situation. Modern security depends on evacuation and isolation, but with 1,800 warriors surrounding the building like an ancient siege, escape routes become death traps. The presidential bunker, designed to withstand nuclear attack, becomes their only sanctuary, but even there they're essentially trapped while Bronze Age warriors control the most powerful building in modern civilization. The Spartans split into tactical groups with military precision that would impress modern generals. Some storm the West Wing, their shields forming protective walls as they advance through corridors designed for diplomats, not warriors. Others scale the White House exterior, using spears as climbing aids, and their incredible physical conditioning to reach windows that architects never imagined would be breached by hand. Secret Service agents face a psychological nightmare. They're trained to fight terrorists, assassins, and modern military threats. But how do you process enemies who charge directly into gunfire while screaming ancient war cries? These warriors have no concept of modern warfare's psychological barriers. They don't duck for cover because they've never learned that bullets travel faster than arrows. They don't fear enclosed spaces because they've fought in narrow mountain passes. Every tactical advantage modern security relies on becomes meaningless. The battle in the White House corridors becomes surreal. Priceless artwork watches as bronze spears clash against Kevlar armor. State dinner china shatters as ancient shields hit guards' faces. The Lincoln bedroom becomes a fortress where Secret Service agents make their final stand, using furniture as barriers against warriors who conquered the known world. But let's be real for a moment and see what would really happen. From the instant the threat is confirmed, guns are in play. There is no melee standoff on open lawn, pistols and carbines outrange spears by hundreds of meters. Bronze shields and bronze cuirasses do not stop modern rounds. They don't even slow them meaningfully. On-site personnel at any moment are dozens spread across posts. with additional dozens nearby on the wider complex. More arrive fast. This isn't a single hallway guard, it's a layered campus. You don't need exact head counts to see the asymmetry. Even a small fraction of modern defenders with sidearms and patrol rifles holds decisive overmatch against troops carrying spears, swords, and no ballistic protection. Typical duty pistols carry mid-teens rounds per magazine. Patrol rifles commonly carry 30-round magazines. Agents' officers carry spares. Multiply that by dozens of defenders and add resupply from vehicles and posts. Ammunition isn't the limiting factor, time is. In the first 60 to 120 seconds, hundreds of Spartans are down. The rest who make it inside the White House will meet the same fate. Reinforcements come fast. Security from the same site shows up in seconds to a couple of minutes. City or county police arrive within a few minutes. Federal tactical teams start moving in roughly 10 to 20 minutes. Air units and other federal partners spin up at the same time. Defenders are fighting from positions with access to vehicles, posts, and lockers. They can reload, rotate, and hydrate. The Spartans have no ranged parity, no medical, no comms, no breaching tools, and their only resupply is picking up dropped spears. Even if they try javelin volleys, effective throw ranges mean throwers are exposed to aimed fire long before they're a threat. The kill ratio is catastrophically lopsided. Now the remaining Spartans who make it inside the White House have no chance either. Reality crashes in within seconds. Disciplined, aimed fire from multiple angles punches through the front ranks. Anyone trying to rush a doorway is stopped at distance. Ballistic-resistant doors and glazing buy time and space, and the president and his family are already moving or sealed long before spear range is possible. How long do the Spartans last? On open ground, with defenders free to fire, 3 to 8 minutes before the mass is no longer a cohesive force and the outcome is decided. Small pockets might persist behind monuments or berms for a few minutes more, but they're static and containable. If any group somehow breaches an antechamber, the fight inside is measured in seconds. There is no shield-to-shield melee when carbines and pistols are present. The notion of taking hostages inside evaporates on contact with ballistics plus architecture. Could they capture the president? No. Modern protection is built around rapid movement to hardened spaces and redundant routes. The Spartans can't traverse the necessary distance under fire quickly enough, can't breach hardened barriers, and can't be everywhere at once. The protectees are either moved or sealed well before any melee distance contact is even plausible. After the first 10 minutes, the fight isn't ongoing, it's over as a strategic question. What remains is containment and medical, plus crime scene management over an unfortunately large area. Talk of the town images would still shock the world, and yes, restoration would be expensive if outdoor fixtures, glazing, and landscaping are damaged, but the near-success vibe from fiction disappears once you respect modern weapons and doors.